If you want to explode your views, followers, engagement, and reach on social media, this is the only strategy you need to follow. Hey Foundr fam, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 4 tips that you need to follow if you want to explode your social media growth across all platforms. So a little bit of background, my name's Nathan Chan, I'm the CEO and publisher of Foundr magazine, and I was the person that grew our social media following to over 4 million plus. I grew our Instagram account from 0 to at least 1 million in a couple of years, our Facebook account from 0 to 500,000 in a few years. I've worked with our team to grow our TikTok and now our YouTube channel. And we're growing our social channels really, really fast. So in this video, I'm gonna go through with you the top 4 things that you need to do if we could boil all this down into a simple, concise strategy that you need to follow if you want to explode your views, engagement, reach, and likes and follows and everything in between. So there's one really important thing I need to preface with you guys when it comes to growing a social media following, and that is you need to just focus on one channel to begin with. You might not have a team like we do at Foundr, and that's okay. You can just focus on one channel. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, how do I work out what channel to focus on? We actually have a video, link in the description below, with Eric Bandholz, where he's the founder of Beard Brand, has a massive social media following, and he actually shares with you and teaches you how to choose a channel and what one to focus on and how to work that out. So make sure you check that below. All right, guys, let's jump in. So the first point that is so critical when it comes to growing a large social media following that has engaged people, where you can get more subscribers, buyers, traffic, you name it, is planning your content and being extremely consistent. So what you'll find is these social media platforms, if you think about it, like they want users on the platform. They want to be able to sell more advertising. So you as a creator, you as somebody that is building your social media channel, whatever platform that is, you have to be able to create content consistently, because those platforms will reward you. And over time, what you'll find is your growth actually compounds. Like we'll actually show you guys like our social blade here on the screen for our Instagram channel. You can see that we are extremely consistent with our posting, and it actually has grown over time. And that is what we do for every single channel. If we want to grow any channel at Foundr, we first of all plan out our content at least a month in advance, because you need breathing room. You might be working on a side hustle right now. You might not have a team like we do. So what you want to be able to think about is, okay, at the first of every month, how do I plan out my content? And then how can I just go, all right, this is what I'm posting for this week, this is what I'm posting for next week, this is what I'm posting for the following week. And so when it comes to actually posting, you've got it all mapped out. It's not this mad rush, because you'll find if you don't know what to post, you won't post. And then these platforms will actually penalize you. So it's very, very critical that you plan out your content and make sure you are consistent. One of the number one things that I see when people come to me and say, or write to me or whatever, right? And they say, hey Nathan, my social media account's not growing anymore, or like my engagement's really bad. And I look at the account, whatever channel, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, it doesn't matter. You'll find that they don't post frequently. And the reason they don't post frequently is they don't plan out all the content that they need to post in advance. And then it becomes this mad rush, or you don't have the time and you're just like, no, I'm not going to post today. And that's when the algorithm penalizes you. So you need to think about, like, when it comes to whatever channel you're focusing on or channels you're focusing on, you need to think about, do I brush my teeth every morning and night? Of course. Well, do I post on Instagram every day? Do I post 2 YouTube videos every week? Do I post on Twitter 5 times a day? Or whatever it is, that's the kind of consistency you need, because it compounds over time. Another thing to think about as well when it comes to posting is we've actually found, doesn't matter what platform, if you post manually versus using a scheduling tool, it just gets way more engagement. And you might be thinking, oh my God, like that's crazy. And it kind of makes sense because these platforms, like I said, they want you to post as much as possible. They want you to create content for them. And if you're using a scheduling tool, then it's an automated bot that's effectively posting. And these platforms know that. Even if you use, like we've tested, like even if you use Facebook's scheduling tool versus posting manually, we've found that you always get better engagement if you post manually, which is crazy. So if you can, try and post manually as well. So point number 2 is understanding the culture of the social platform that you're trying to grow or platforms. So one thing that we've found for our social media following is what we post on Instagram could be totally different for TikTok. Now, the reason that is because there's a different culture, there's a different community, there's a different kind of audience on each different platform. So as an example, for YouTube, it's really a platform for people that are learning. So when it comes to YouTube, we try and post really in-depth, like extreme valuable content and long-form interviews and all sorts of things, right? But if you compare that to TikTok, it's really about bite-size snippets, really valuable, like in 15 seconds, what can that person learn, versus Pinterest or Facebook, which is really like an infographic on Pinterest and you're linking to an article. So it's totally different. You can't post the exact same thing, and the formats of those pieces of content matter. So just as an example, like if we posted a piece of content on TikTok and we then posted it on Instagram Reels, but then we tried to post it on Facebook it doesn't work very well because people would know that it's originally from TikTok. So you really need to understand like the trends that are happening on certain platforms, and then you can kind of put out content around those trends. Someone who's a master at this is Gary Vee. If you just follow what he does, you look at all these different channels and you'll see he has different content and different kind of formats for each channel, which is really, really important. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this video. We'll get back to it in a second. Now we have your attention. Just please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right, now let's jump back in. Point number 3 is you need to find winning content and 10x the production of that. So when it comes to any social media platform, we have this concept called finding unicorn content at Foundr. So we know, and it's crazy, if we post a winning meme video with the right title on Instagram, we know it's going to boom on TikTok with the exact same headline, with the exact same piece of content. It might just be a little smaller. Or if we find a winning headline on YouTube, then we know that that will turn into an incredible meme video that will crush on Instagram, and vice versa. So what this means is like you need to look at your own content that you're putting out and try to find what are the clear winners. Use the data to tell the story. Look at the engagement, look at the comments, look at the things that people are going crazy for, and look to create more of that. But then you want to use and find another data source, which is people that are in your niche or people that are in your marketplace or other brands or competitors in your marketplace. They have so much content out there, and you can look at all of it and you can see the performance of that content. So what you want to do is you want to use a concept called modeling, which Tony Robbins talks about. Now, you don't want to copy. I cannot preface this enough. Do not copy others and do not steal their content. And like, that's just straight copyright infringement. But you do want to draw inspiration. I'll tell you an example, give you an example. So back in the day when I was starting to grow Foundr, the first platform that I tried to grow was Instagram. When I looked at Instagram, I looked at all the other entrepreneurial magazines out there. So there's Forbes magazine, Fast Company, Fortune, Entrepreneur magazine. And they had large social media followings and it was quite intimidating. And I looked at what they were predominantly posting. One in particular was Success Magazine. They had a massive Facebook page and also a big Instagram page. And I was like, okay, well, it seems like they're just posting a lot of quotes. Not much articles, actually, a lot of quotes. And that's what we started doing at Foundr. So you can look and go even a step further, like what quotes are really resonating with their audience, because I know at Foundr we would have a similar audience. So that's what you need to think about. You need to do whatever you can to find this unicorn content in your own portfolio of content and your own social media channels, and also your competitors or people that are speaking to a similar audience to you. Do whatever you can to find that unicorn content and then recreate it. Draw inspiration from it. Do not copy it. Create something similar with the same kind of ilk and then post it on your channels, and I guarantee it will blow up. And that's what you want to do. And once you start doing that and you see results, then you want to 10x that, scale it up. How do you post more of what people want? And then what will happen is you start to build up this big collection of content that is just always booming. So point number 4, which is our last point, is building an audience of engaged fans and actually listening to them, actually speaking to them, and building a community, not an audience. And that's very, very critical, because there's this incredible concept called 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. And that's what you need to focus on when you're in the early days of your business, right? How do you develop 1,000 true fans? The study and concept that he put out around 1,000 true fans is that's all you need to make a full-time living. That if you have 1,000 true fans that can pay you $100 a year, that's all you need. So what you really need to think about is, how can I build my 1,000 true fans? And the reason I love this concept is because it's achievable. And if you really want to build 1,000 true fans, it's like, well, what would you do? How could you go above and beyond to listen to these people? These are real people that are following your social media channels, your personal brand, whatever channel you're trying to build, right? So here's what we try and do at Foundr. And to be honest, we can do a better job at it. And this is something we're really focusing on right now. Every single comment that somebody writes, you need to respond to. Every single DM we've seen as a growth strategy, in particular on Instagram, the more we respond to every single DM, it increases our growth rapidly. Every single story that you produce, speak to your community, ask them every now and then, what content do you want to see? What more do you want from me? How can I further serve you? How can I further help you? And really just come from a place of giving and caring. People will see very, very quickly if you care or not. And put yourself out there as much as you can, or as much as you feel comfortable. People really resonate with other people, and they build a relationship and trust with other people. Not so much your brand. A brand is like something you see, but a person is someone that's much more relatable. So what we're trying to do at Foundr is, how do we have more behind the scenes stories? How do we respond to every single comment? How do we really speak to our community? How do we rally them? How do we help them further? How do we just make sure that we do whatever we can to help serve? How do we provide more free content? How do we find and put them in the right direction when they ask for help? The more you can build a relationship with your community, the better. And the more loyal your community will be, the easier it is to grow, because that will compound over time. Your core community is so extremely powerful, and you want to build that over time. So recently we did an interview with the founders of JS Health. This company is one of the fastest growing companies in Australia, and they have blown up. And when we spoke to them, they said the number one thing that they are doing is focusing on building their community on social media. They are exceptional at it. And what I gathered from them is it's basically one of the number one reasons that their company has grown like 5,000% in the past 3 years, or something insane. Don't quote me on the numbers, but it's growing extremely fast. And they care about their community so much. They find out what products their community wants more of. And it's such a powerful strategy just to care more. I cannot stress that enough. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. These are the strategies that we're using at Foundr to absolutely just blow up our social media following, and that we would recommend to anyone in our community on how you grow any single channel. And it's what we're practicing, what we preach. And this is how we're gonna build, 10 million plus collective social following and audience and community, then eventually 20, 30, and this is how we're gonna scale this brand. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. And if there's any burning questions you have, make sure to leave them below in the comments. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this Foundr. See you there.